So folks, I don't know if you got the news yesterday. If you didn't, go back and watch the video. Feel free to give a like and subscribe on it. Doug Ford went scorched earth on America. Well, Donald Trump responded to that.
The United States is subsidizing Canada.
So I'll fill you in. We also have the other premier's responses to Doug. We also have in committee Jamil Javani ripping apart a DEI expert. And lastly, the Liberal government forced the Canada Post workers back to work until May 22nd. What you gonna do now, Jugmeat? Welcome, guys. This is Niagara Due North. So, quick recap from yesterday. Doug Ford goes on American news and threatens to cut off energy to over 1 million Americans if Trump goes through with the tariffs. It did not receive good reviews from the American media. It didn't get good responses from Danielle Smith, Francois Legault. I think he'll backtrack on that, on what he said there, but what are you going to do? You're going to have two types of factions going against Trump. You're going to have the people who are going to try to out Trump, and you're going to have the people that are just going to kind of work for Trump, right? So I'm on the team to work for Trump. I would prefer not to do any of this. I would prefer to just fix the border. Let's get right into it. We got a quick recap on the media for this.
You come and attack Ontario, you attack livelihoods of people of Ontario and Canadians. We're going to use every tool in our toolbox to defend Ontarians and Canadians across the border.
And now, come on, honestly, you can't really blame him for that, right? But it's just not smart. It's like, just don't even say it. Because nothing's going to happen. Like, we're putting forward, like, I think we're putting now $1 billion. I think the federal government's going to put $1 billion towards fixing the border. At the cost of Chrystia Freeland's deficit. But, no. Just don't do it. Because now Donald Trump is going to go absolutely batshit crazy and say something like this.
Well, that's okay if he does that. That's fine. But the United States is subsidizing Canada. It's truly a subsidy, and we shouldn't have to do it.
Oh, wait a second. Oh, never mind. Oh, man. What happened to Donald Trump, man? He got what he wanted. He's president. Say what you want to him now. He's just like, yeah, that's okay, yeah. I'm president now and you're not, so... No. Doug Ford is going to have to backtrack on this. He's not going to... He's going to be all alone here. Okay? Danielle Smith ain't for it.
From the Alberta perspective, under no circumstances will Alberta agree to cut off oil and gas exports.
By the way, I won't threat Donald not to send electricity.
Neither is Francois Legault. Right? So, let's go back to the drawing board, Dougie. You want to call an election soon. That's not how you get votes. Alright? Obviously the world doesn't want to poke the bear. Okay? And you and Justin are here poking it. Doug Ford. Be more like Danielle Smith. Okay? In this next clip, Jamil Javani, recently elected into Parliament, hilariously scorches this DEI expert. Let's get right into that one. This is a quick one.
Answer.
Mr. Chair, clearly the member, I've known this now for a long time, and it was very clear in our last interaction, the member does not understand what diversity, inclusion, and equity actually means.
Thank you for articulating that. Maybe I can ask you some questions and learn something today about diversity and inclusion. I've got a statement here from a witness who appeared before the Justice Committee, Rachel Cook from the University of Alberta, who said, and I quote, "I think the EDI system has made the problem of anti-Semitism worse. I think it can start at the top, but it also starts in institutions and in massively funding EDI programming, such that quite literally when I ask who decides who is in these EDI meetings, is it a percentage of the population? Their response was, it's in the groups that deserve equity and deserve inclusion." So, Minister, I'd like to ask, who deserves equity and who deserves inclusion in your mind?
Mr. Chair, my goal as a Minister for Diversity, Inclusion, and Persons with Disabilities is to ensure that we're creating equal opportunities for every single person in this country, regardless of their age, regardless of their race, regardless of their identities, regardless of their abilities, and that takes fundamental changes within our institution to do that work. You have to be deliberate about making that change. Clearly something the Conservative Party does not understand. They can think back to, Mr. Speaker, they can think back to their snitch lines. We all remember the time under the Harper government. They have absolutely no idea what diversity inclusion means.
Wait, maybe she bashed him. Who bashed who here? Go, Jamil. We're done with this crap. Get out of here. Get out of committee. Get out of parliament. We don't want your asses here. That's what goes on in committee, guys. You guys all think it's boring. Quite rowdy. Up next, we got to talk about this Canada Post thing, because this is going to be a big deal. Liberals forcing Canada Post workers back to work. So they went on strike over a month ago, and it hasn't been finished yet. I've been driving by the post office every day, and they're always out there. And I'm like, oh my God, unions suck. Those people probably don't even want to be there. I bet it's like 3 people want to be there. Jugmeat saying, knock, knock, knock. You gonna call a non-confidence vote here? Or... Ooh. The press is going to be all over Jugmeat's thing about this. You guys remember back in October? You guys remember that?
I want to send a message directly to Justin Trudeau and the Liberals. Don't interfere with this process. Don't interfere. Don't get in the way. Don't get in the way.
Yeah, so Jugmeat, are you going to force the government out now? Or are you just going to keep letting them punch you right in the nuts? Here we have the proof. The proof is in the pudding.
After months of conciliation and mediation supported by the Federal Mediation and Conciliation Service, work stoppages, and the subsequent appointment of a special mediator to assist with the negotiation of their new collective agreements, Canada Post and the Canadian Union of Postal Workers remain unable to reach an agreement. Canadians are rightly fed up. Not only have the parties been able to show any progress towards an agreement, the federal mediator has now informed me that the negotiations between both parties are now, in fact, going in the wrong direction. So I'm here today to announce that I am applying a solution to promote conditions favorable to the settlement of this labor dispute and protect the interests of all Canadians. Today I've used my powers under the Canada Labour Code. It is my view and the view of the FMCS that the parties are at an impasse. I have asked the Canada Industrial Relations Board, if they also determine that there is an impasse, to order Canada Post and all employees represented by CUPW to resume and continue their operations and duties, and to extend the terms of the existing collective agreements until May 22nd, 2025.
You know what? It's literally like the Syrian civil war. There's just like no good guys here. So I don't give a crap. Half of the workers wanted to go back anyways. Most of these people don't like unions. Okay? Unions are a net negative. I don't care what anyone says. Anyways, guys, that's what I got for you today. Be sure to give it a like, comment down below, subscribe. What did you like about it? What can I do better on? I'm a new channel here on YouTube. You might not have known that. I'll catch you guys on the next one.